Good morning, good morning. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope everybody is well today. Just going to straighten that up because that's the sort of thing that would annoy me if I was watching myself. So, this week's video was supposed to be a makeup video. A lot of you had asked me to do a makeup. I always hesitate to use the word tutorial because I am no makeup artist. Get ready with me type video. But it's such a bloody hideous, dark, wet, cloudy day. And I always like to have really good natural light to do a makeup video. I don't like to use, what am I trying to say, artificial light, because I feel like it distorts what your makeup looks like, sometimes in a good, in sort of a too good a way, generally speaking, and it does. So I just like to do it in natural light, and today is not the one for that. So I've decided to do a Q&A instead. A couple of weeks ago on Instagram, I asked if you had any questions, and quite a few. I think it will keep us busy for 20 minutes or so. So if you want to grab a cup of coffee, I can't find the damn things now. If you want to grab a cup of coffee or tea, please do, and then we will make a start. Right, so we have a sip of my Diet Coke, Coke Zero, in fact, before we get going. Somebody in my comments likes to tell me that this is the devil's work, Coca-Cola. Coke Zero is the devil's work. I drink 1 can of sugar-free fizzy drink a day, 1 can of Coke Zero a day, and rest assured, there are many things that are way worse for us in this life than a can of Coke Zero, so we can all stop worrying on that count, so that's good. I thought it'd be a good time to do a Q&A because I've had a big influx of new followers, which is lovely. Welcome, thank you for joining us. Bloody hell, my battery light started flashing. Let's change the battery and I'll be back. Okay, battery sorted. New battery in, old battery out. Let's try again, shall we? Yes, I was saying that I had a big influx of new followers, so I thought I'd ask if anybody had any questions. And I've got quite a few to answer, so let's get on with it. Now, I usually say the name of the person who asked the question, but I was thinking the other day, on Instagram, when you ask a question on the little Ask a Question tab on somebody's stories, the question goes straight to me, and you maybe don't want your name. It's just like a privacy thing. I'm feeling like maybe it's not the right thing to say people's names or usernames out loud, so I'm not going to. So right, I know who the questions are from, but I'm not going to say it in case people don't want that said, if that makes any sense at all. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, question number 1. Is the house you live in now your forever home? And if not, what would you go for next time and in what area? This will not be our home forever. This is a very big house. It is very expensive to run. There's a possibility that William, I have a son, William, who's 22. He's currently travelling. Oh, incidentally, on that note, let's come back to that in a minute. Let me answer the question first and I'll come back to William. He may be coming home to live for a bit, so there will be 3 of us again. At the moment, there's only myself and my husband. But yeah, it's a really big house. It's, especially with the cost of living increases, you know, gas and electric, that's made a big difference to the bills, and as it has for everybody, obviously. I can't see us living here into our old age. I think probably we'll finish when we moved into it. It will be 10 years next January since we've lived here, and when we moved into the house, we thought it would be a 10-year project to get it done, as it was an homage to the 1980s. Nothing had been touched since the 80s when we moved in, and a lot of stuff has needed, everything has needed overhauling and renovating, really. And it's been a lot in terms of the upheaval and the expense as well. I think it's probably going to be a 12-year project. You can thank COVID for 2 of those years were pretty much written off in terms of getting stuff done. But I think we'll then probably live in it maybe for another 10 years once we've finished it, and then probably downsize at that point. I think we'll probably stay in Devon, I would think, but I I would think fairly locally as well. I think nobody knows what the future holds, do they? But that's sort of my gut feeling around it at the moment. Next question is, how are you feeling? Health, diet, etc. As I mentioned in a vlog a few weeks ago, I'm currently following a NHS approved program called Second Nature, a holistic weight loss program, and it is, I'm being sponsored by the company to do that, and I will be making, I've mentioned it and sort of introduced it a couple of weeks ago. I will be making a full video on that. In my once I've completed the first 4 weeks of the program, I'm going to make the video, so you'll see that coming up in the next couple of weeks. But overall, I'm feeling okay, thank you for asking, not too bad at all. Next question is, have you always loved clothes and styling? I love clothes, yes. I like shoes better than clothes, really, but I find myself as I get older not able to enjoy high heels quite as much as I used to. My clothing try-on videos are some of my most watched. Bear with, that's the builder. I feel like other people love the clothing videos more than I do. I don't love making them, but I enjoy the enjoyment that everybody else gets from them. So I do enjoy clothes, but perhaps not as much as it seems I do from the number of clothing videos I make. Next question was, you've mentioned you won't stay in your current house long term, so where would you move to next? I think I've covered that in the first one. Next question was, would you do a charity shop haul vlog again? I used to enjoy those. I did introduce some charity shop segments. I was doing a monthly sort of collective haul video just a bit earlier this year, with sort of all the bits and pieces that I bought in a month, and I did put some charity shop purchases in those videos. I haven't been buying quite as much the last few months, no particular reason for that, but that's why I haven't done those videos. But I'm sure I will do a charity shop haul again at some point. Next question is, where are you off to next on holiday? I love your travel content. Abroad-wise, we have just booked to go to Zante in Greece in September. Never been to Zante before, so looking forward to that. It's a bit of a different type of holiday for us. We usually go to biggish hotels, resorts, and this is a tiny little place in a tiny little village, and it's going to be really super quiet and lovely and relaxing, and really looking forward to it. That's the only abroad holiday we've got booked for this year. We have got a week off in July. We are going up to Bath for my son's, graduation. So we're having a couple of nights up there, and then another night somewhere else, and then we're going to be at my mum's for the night because it's my brother's 50th birthday, so we're having a week off. But so we're having a little mini break then, which it will be nice, actually looking forward to that. The next question is, do you own any Chub Rub shorts? If so, can you recommend a brand for plus size? I do own some Chub Rub shorts. For anyone who doesn't know, they are little, thin, sort of just above knee length shorts that you wear when you are a lady of a certain size. In fact, you don't even have to be a lady of a certain size. People who are a lot skinnier than me also have the problem of their thighs rubbing together, and thigh chafe is not nice, as anybody will know in the hot summer months. I buy mine from Amazon. They're very good value, and I think they come in a variety of colours, and they certainly go up to my size, and I'm sure beyond as well. So I'll pop a link in the description box for those if you are interested. The thing I like about them is that they're very thin as well. They're not, they're almost like a pair of tights, and they don't roll up from the bottom. That's so annoying. I can't bear that when you get the ones that roll up, because some of them really do. Next question, which is your favourite type of vlog to make? I think I like them the most because they're all things that I'm enthusiastic about, things that I want to share, that I've enjoyed, that I think are good, that I think other people would get enjoyment out of, whether that's a book or a TV series or a new makeup product or some skincare, or, oh, I've recommended all sorts in the past, haven't I? But earring storage was one that I got very excited about. Foodie bits and pieces. I love to share things that I think other people will like, so I think the general positivity of those videos I really like. I quite like doing these Q&A videos as well. I think they're interesting to make because you're asking what people want to know rather than it has the viewer input, the sort of connection and the communication thing, which I quite like. And it's stuff that you want to know about, so I think that they're quite fun to make as well. Next question. Hi Caroline, do you and your husband allocate a budget for your total annual holiday costs? No, we are not really budgety people. I mean, I say we don't have a number, you know, or an amount in a pot, so to speak. What we do, for example, this year, we are having fewer holidays and less expensive holidays because we've had a very big building project and the cost of living has gone up. You know, all those reasons, much as I'd like to be jetting off to Las Vegas or New York or going on another cruise, that would be lovely. Yes, that's not going to happen this year, and possibly not next year either, we shall have to see. But I think as well the difficulty with budgeting exact amounts is that both myself and my husband are self-employed, so we have our income fluctuates from month to month, and it's difficult to plan ahead like that. So yeah, that's probably one of the reasons that we don't have exact budgets or amounts. But yeah, certainly this year we've had to pull our belts in a little bit. Next question. As you used to work on the cruise ships, which are the best stroke worst in your opinion? For anybody who doesn't know, many years ago in my early 20s, I worked on board cruise ships as an assistant purser. I worked for P&O and I worked for Princess Cruises, which was a subsidiary of P&O at the time, and gave up when I was, I think, 25. I think I was probably 25 when I stopped. There was then a very long period of time where I never went on a cruise ship at all, and my first cruise as a passenger was in 2019, and then we did another cruise, mini cruise, beginning of this year, March, and both of those cruises were on the same ship, the Queen Mary 2, which belongs to Cunard, and that is the only ship I've been on as a passenger. So only cruise lines, so I am not an expert at all. There are some cruise lines that I would like to try out there, but I honestly don't know much. I would tend to go personally for the more traditional ships, these huge ones that carry hundreds and hundreds and thousands of passengers and have water slides and beaches and things on the ice rinks. Probably not for me, probably something, but that's only my opinion and what I'd like. So yeah, I don't feel well qualified in cruising to give any recommendations, I'm afraid, other than the fact that my husband and I very much like the Queen Mary too. Next question, this is an interesting one. Love Island, a bit of harmless fun or the beginning of the end of civilization? Now, I love a bit of reality TV. I think that one of my least favourite things is people being snobby about what other people watch on television or what other people read or film. I don't like snobbery around the media that people choose to consume. I think it's very uncalled for and unnecessary. Love Island, for me personally, I watched Love Island once, one series of it, and it's the type of thing that it sucks you in, doesn't it? You start watching it, you think, oh, this is just a bit of fun, I can take it or leave it, and then gradually sucks you in. And yeah, I watched it avidly. I think it was 2017, maybe 2018, the year I watched it, and yeah, sure enough, it sucked me in and I was fascinated by it. The main reason that I haven't watched it again is the time commitment. I don't probably want to sink that amount of my time into watching that. I'd probably rather be reading, or it is just a big time commitment for a bit of reality TV, isn't it? Watching The Real Housewives once a week for 45 minutes, I can allow myself that sort of time commitment, but an hour every night of Love Island, probably not. Actually, thinking about it, I don't know if the person who asked the question was asking because didn't somebody who was on Love Island commit suicide? Not on Love Island, but after they'd been on it. I don't know whether that, I could be wrong about that, so don't quote me, but if the question was around that, do I think reality TV is a dangerous thing for young people? I think the internet's not a particularly nice thing, is it? She says, making a YouTube video to put on the internet. I think there are definite issues around the amount of negative attention you can get. Just me in my little corner of the internet here, some of the abuse and trolling and unpleasantness. Just this morning I had some vileness about my father who's, you know, in a care home with dementia. What the fuck's that all about, you know? Excuse my language, but I despair of these people, I really do. You know, so if you are not robust, but what I'm saying is, I think you need to be mentally very robust to withstand the level of negative media attention that sadly has become the norm for people on reality TV, and yeah, abuse really, and you know, Caroline Flack and all that. It's just, it's really not good at all. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that without diverting into a whole thing about that. Anyway, next question's nice. Just want to say congratulations, I love your channel. Well, thank you very much, that's so nice to read. And I've had some lovely comments from viewers recently, or new viewers introducing themselves and saying that they're enjoying watching some of my older videos, so thank you very much for that. Next one is, your makeup always looks lovely. As an older woman, I'd love it if you did a demonstration. That's really kind, thank you. I do love doing my makeup. It's my little bit of me time in the mornings. I put on a YouTube video and sit and paint my face and really enjoy it. I will, as I said earlier in this video, today was meant to be a makeup video and it's just not because of the horrible British weather. So hopefully next Wednesday we will get the makeup video done, or it might not be next week, but it is coming up sometime in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, definitely. Next question is, again, I think I've probably already answered this. Will you be going to the Maldives this year? No, but I'd very much like to. This is a good one. What got you started on YouTube and how did you feel on that first vlog? Back in 2008, that sounds a long time ago now, doesn't it? I started a blog, and that sort of slowly morphed, or gradually morphed into doing YouTube videos. I think I did my first YouTube video in 2012. Long time ago. I remember doing it in my old house, and I talked about some things that I was enjoying, sort of a mini favourites video. I was very, very nervous, and if I watch back now, I cringe at it. The camera quality was awful, the editing was really choppy, and you could tell I was like a little rabbit in the headlights, bless me. I don't think it's still live anymore. I think I've privated quite a lot of the older ones now. But that's sort of how I got started, and yeah, I did feel very nervous, but I enjoyed it very much as well, and it's something that, and I feel like it's something that you quickly gain your confidence in, and I loved learning the process of editing and filming and all of that as well, so I still really enjoy it to this day. Next was any news on my tortoise. Yes, I know that I said in the video you saw last weekend that I would film the tortoise. The tortoise had just come back. There was a whole story about that. I'm sure you'll all have seen that already. And I said I would film him in that video, and I completely forgot to do so. I will be filming him in this week's video, which you won't see until a week on Sunday, so it'll not be the next one you said Sunday one, it'll be the following one. So I will ensure that I film him for that. Next question is, where does your love of eyeshadows stem from? And I had to think about this long and hard. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm absolutely obsessed with eyeshadow. I've got about 60 eyeshadow palettes. I feel a little bit embarrassed admitting that, but yes, it is what it is, isn't it? They just bring me so much joy. It's like a little collection, really. Some people collect, I don't know, China, and I collect eyeshadow palettes. I think it stems from the enjoyment of putting colour palettes together. I was a little bit the same with crochet. When I crocheted, I used to spend hours choosing colours of wool to put together, and I've even got a Pinterest board with all different colour palettes and matched colours together. So I think that's probably where the eyeshadow love comes from, just seeing combinations of different colours together. I think it's just about the colours, really. Next question, do you have lots of clothes in your wardrobe that you never wear? Not really, because as you will have seen in vlogs, I do regular sort of quick whiz through the wardrobe and pull stuff out. Because I'm lucky enough to be gifted quite a lot of items of clothing through doing YouTube, I do feel like I need to declutter clothes quite regularly as well. So no, I don't have lots in my wardrobe that I don't wear. I tend to move it on quite quickly. Tell us something we don't know about you. I had my ears pinned back when I was 15. Had very sticky out ears, and I hated them. I got teased a lot at school, called Dumbo at school, and I had them pinned back. It was very successful, and they're quite neat now. Santorini, where would you recommend staying? Just adults. We stayed in, I'm not an expert on Santorini, I've only been there for a week this year and really enjoyed it. We stayed in a little resort called Kamari, which was lovely, not nightclubby and busy with hordes of youngsters, quite low key, loads of different places to eat, lots of shops, really nice vibe about it. So I would recommend that. I think probably if you go to Fira, which is the capital, it might be a bit more full on. What's on your bucket list for retirement? I haven't thought about retirement. I'd like to travel more. I'd like to have the time and space and money, obviously, to travel more. And yeah, that's all really. I mean, I've had a lovely life. I'm so lucky. My whole family, really, we have been very lucky in terms of having made lovely memories together, and if I died tomorrow, I could honestly die saying I've lived a really happy, joyful, full life. And that's just what anyone can ask for, isn't it? So I tend to not look forward too much. Retirement feels like it's a long way off. I'm 53. I can't see myself retiring anytime in the next 10 years, if I'm honest. And I think working keeps you young as well, doesn't it? And keeps you relevant as a person. So no, retirement isn't something we talk about much or think about much. So what's your favourite breakfast, lunch and supper? I think my favourite supper probably is a pasta dish that Ashley cooks that It's really bad. It's full of garlic and white wine and cream, mushrooms, ham, and lots of black pepper, and it's just absolutely, and Parmesan cheese, and it's just delicious, and it's really full of carbs and saturated fat, and it's so delicious, but don't have it very often because not very good for me. My favourite breakfast, I'm not a massive breakfast person. If you said to me you could never have breakfast again in your life, I don't think it would bother me that much, to be honest. Probably my favourite breakfast would be a really nice bacon sandwich with crispy bacon, and you know when you cook the bacon in the pan and the fat comes out of it, put the bread into the fat, then make the sandwich so the fat all soaks into the bread, and yeah, it's just delicious with red ketchup on. Yes, that would be my favourite breakfast. Lunch, don't know really. Soup, I do like soup. I really like soup for lunch. I had soup for lunch today actually, butternut squash soup, but yeah, soup is probably one of my favourite lunches. Are you considering another cruise soon? I would love to go on another cruise, but I suspect it won't be this year or next year. I think that is it, I think. Hope you enjoyed that. I always enjoy answering your questions. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.